Welcome to practice. I'm Donna Cavanough, and we're going to begin laying down, um, laying back over a blanket or a rolled up towel. Make a long, narrow support, and that's going to go under the shoulder blades. In today's practice, a little more on the theme of self-care. So find your shoulder blades on your support, and you want to make sure that you can get your shoulders on the floor so that the back of the neck feels comfortable. And if you still feel like you're squashing a little bit back your neck, trying to reach the floor, maybe your blanket is higher than mine, then you need another little pillow under your head. So keep the back of the neck long. And you can try a couple of things with your legs. The kindest, if you're suffering any injury or difficulty in this posture, would be to just have the feet hip width parallel and the legs bend. Or if you feel okay, to do Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together and knees out wide. So do whichever one of those feels nourishing. Mm. Mm. Finding your breath and the feeling of your body around the breath. Noticing what you can feel, the floor beneath you, the air on your skin. What you can hear around you. What you can taste. Notice the colors behind your eyelids if your eyes are closed, or a softness to your vision if they're open. Feeling the flow of the breath. Beautiful. We're going to take the arms now overhead, and you're going to stretch your arms out as straight as your shoulders allow. I'm going to be a little bit bent in my arms today. Excuse me. And feel that big arch of the spine in your upper back or your middle back. What does that feel like with the spine pressing forward so the ribs are spacious? Nice work. More gently bring the arms in and rolling carefully off to the side. And take your blanket out, but lay back down onto the floor. So we've given our ribs a chance to open a little at the front. So let's just settle onto the flat shape now. And take some really deep breaths and try to feel the ribs expanding and contracting. I've just got legs in a neutral position. Now, feet hip width and parallel and legs bent. We're going to keep wise to the flow of the breath and press your lower back into the floor as you exhale. And then lift your lower back away from the floor as you inhale. Follow your breath. With the movement of your body. And let the movement be as subtle or as exaggerated as feels good. Press your lower back into the floor now and hold it there. Feel the core of the body engaging to press the back. And we're going to lift the feet up onto just the toes. You're lifting your heels and you'll feel the front core really engaging. We're just going to hold this for a few breaths, but try to relax your shoulders, face and throat. Really bring your attention, your focus into the core. Good, and then release your heels and just letting your torso relax, finding your flow of breath. Nice work. Press your lower back into the floor again, engaging the core of the body, but not the chest or the shoulders. And we'll take the legs straight up and the arms straight up. Good. Bend your knees so your knees are 90 degrees. Nice. And what we're going to do is keep the lower back pressing. And we're going to take the left leg away from center and the right arm away from center. And how far you go is up to what you need. Okay, so you want to start to feel the core of the body engaging, but you don't have to overdo it. We'll come back to center and then the second side. So right leg away from center, left arm away from center and back to center. We try to keep the lower back pressing and try to keep the face and the throat and the shoulders relaxed. Try to keep skin of the lower back pressing down. Beautiful. Hug your knees into your chest and rock a little bit from side to side. I haven't been doing really specific core exercises for a while, so they felt difficult, but we're going to do them again. So arms straight up and knees over the hips and press your lower back. Okay, and again in your own time. And the lovely thing about this, you only take your limbs as far as you need to know that you're working the core of your body without compromising your spine health. We press the lower back, we keep the shoulders relaxed and the face relaxed and the throat relaxed. And aware of the flow of breath. And hug your knees into your chest and rock a little bit from the side. Okay. This time, legs up and arms up, and they can be a bit soft at the elbows and knees. All right, but we're going to press the lower back, and we're going to be kittens, and you're going to have an imaginary piece of yarn, and I want you to move your limbs in space, but try to keep your back, your lower back skin on the floor. And be really playful. Take the limbs, the further the limbs go from center, then of course the harder that is for the core. But keep yourself moving. Playful kitten. Keep breathing. And they can be little movements, they can be big movements. Nice work. And back to center. And hugging your knees into your chest. Okay, we're going to put the feet on the floor now as wide as the mat. Knees bent. Arms just relax beside you. And we're going to do legs from side to side. And it's just a little warm up for the hips. When you go to the side, you can feel that internal rotation. So if you go knees to the right, then the internal rotation is on the left hip. So just noticing how that feels, if it's a difficult movement or an easeful movement. Let's go to the other side. We'll just keep going from side to side. Notice the core of the body, supporting your legs as you lift up. Tailor the movement to what you need. Do you need to stretch that top knee down a little more to the floor? Feeling your flow of breath. Nice work. All right, we're going to come back to center. Tuck your left foot to the outside of your right hip, and the left knee heads down towards the floor. And we're going to give the shoulder a stretch, so you only go as far as your shoulder warrants. Take your left hand and reach underneath the small of your back or your lower back as far as you can, as though you could reach over and touch your toes with your fingers. We'll just let the body settle, feeling the focus on the breath and feeling yourself expand your focus to take in the body. Good. And let's release leg and arm and do that on the second side. So right foot underneath your left leg, and you place the foot outside your left hip, and then just notice what kind of stretch you need, taking your right knee towards the floor. Good. And then we'll do the same thing with the arms. So right arm this time, you might just need to lift up your lower back a little, and you take the arm as far as you can, as though you could take hold of your left toes with your right fingers. My shoulder's not moving in that direction at the moment, so I'm imagining. And then let the body settle. Find your breath as your focus. And then feeling the body around the breath. Beautiful. Release your leg. Release your arm. Lovely. We're going to keep the upper body relaxed here. So take the arms out, say 45 degrees from the sides of your body, palms up. Take your right leg off the floor. So your thighs are parallel. Your right knee is over your right hip. I'm going to do the foot rotation, and these are a lovely reset for the hips. So you're going to rotate your foot around your ankle without moving your thigh or your lower leg, and really try to explore the movement all the way around the ankle joint. And you want to make the muscles start to feel tired. The quicker they feel tired, then the more effective. You're lucky if they feel tired straight away. Okay, and let's go in the other direction. Notice if the movement feels smooth, like a circle, or does it have little flat facets to it, or parts missing from the circle? All right, so we're looking for that nice muscular fatigue, but relax everything else. And then forward and back. It's called plantar flexing and dorsiflexing. Plantar flexing and dorsiflexing. Ooh. Lovely. And then release that side. Very nice for runners, this movement. But it's a really good reset for hips if you feel like you're just out of alignment. All right, let's do the other leg. So if you're finding it really useful, doing it for longer is good. The tireder you can make the muscles feel, the better. Okay, we're going to bring the left knee over the left hip. And really try and get the foot to move to the edges of the movement. And again, see if you've got that smooth circular feeling, or are there flat spots? Oh, and then the other direction. So it's not so much about speed, but really trying your hardest so that the muscles fatigue faster. And back relaxed, neck relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Nice work. And then plantar flexing and dorsiflexing. Mm. Lovely work. Just put the feet back hip width parallel. So the legs are parallel. And relax. Hips, lower back, upper body. Mm. We're going to take the arms overhead now and give yourself a nice big stretch in your shoulders, your torso. Mm. Letting the armpits lengthen and broaden. The weight of the arms relax towards the floor. Feeling the flow of breath. Lovely. Release your arms now and rolling to your right side and come into forward Virasana. And it's really a nice feeling to support the forehead. So if your forehead doesn't reach the floor when you reach forward, you could use a blanket. Make a nice little forehead support. Have somewhere for your nose to be not squashed. So it's just for the forehead. So you could try that. But if your forehead reaches the floor, just use the floor. And as we find the breath, feel where the breath moves into the body, into the lungs, the ribs, the shoulders, the back torso, the hips. Beautiful. And come up into an all fours position. Tuck your toes under, stretch your fingers out nice and wide, and downward facing dog pose. Lifting your hips and your sit bones and letting your spine flow as long as you can. Drawing the shoulders wide. Feel where the weight is falling in your hands. Try to bring it forward into the base of the index fingers. And then walk one heel down to the floor, bend the other leg, and then the other side, and keep going from side to side. Keeping the shoulders broad and the neck relaxed. Refer again to the hands, to where the weight is in the hands. Feeling the flow of your breath. Beautiful. Knees to the floor. Now we're going to work on our lifting the knees up from the floor with the toes tucked under. So walk your hands in near to your knees and just see how you go, lifting and placing gently your knees to the floor. So if you're not kneeling on the floor because of your knees, you can just do a little from standing, rocking back and forth, keeping your legs parallel. Good, but if your knees are on the floor, you're practicing your lifting up, and you might even be able to lift up and reach your heels back to the floor. And you can do that with hands helping, or try without your hands helping. I definitely need some help here. Beautiful. All right, and then we're going to take a seated position and kneeling if you can, or seated comfortably with your legs in front. Have enough support, and it's to go underneath your sit bones. So I like to triple fold a blanket, and you could always double it over. So I'll do that so you can see. I've got a really nice little, like a yoga block made with my blanket. Excuse me. Hey, Fever. Hey, Fever. We're going to sit the sit bones on the support, and the heels are underneath the hips, and your feet go straight back. So naturally, we're pretty much all built so that the toes make a little seat underneath the bottom, but we want to just try and stretch the ankles so that they're even on the inside and outside. And I found encouraging this movement and then using the strengthening of the standing poses, my ankles are so much more stable now. All right, so sit bones on the blanket and lifting the spine. Interlock your fingers and stretch your palms out. And we're looking for straight arms. So if you make straight arms the focus of what you're doing, you might not be able to take your arms right up to the vertical, and that's fine. So we want to try for the straight arm. Press out through the heels of your hands. Draw the shoulder blades down. Make some space between the ears and the shoulders, and just explore where your shoulders will take you without squashing your neck. Feeling the breath in your body, in your lungs, in your ribs. Keeping space in the neck. Keeping the arms straight. Ah, lengthening the sides of the ribs. Ooh. And then we're going to release that side. These movements are challenging for me at the moment. Or shoulders. Interlock the fingers the other way. And we're going to press out the palms of the hands. Draw the shoulders down. Space between the ears and the shoulders. Ah, and that delicious flow of breath. Like you can luxuriate in it. So we'll try to focus on the straight arm and draw the shoulders down and keep space for the neck and the face and the throat and lift the palms up. Heels of the hands up. Lovely work. And then releasing. We're going to take our downward facing dog pose again. Stretch the fingers out wide. Bring the weight forward into the fingerprints, the base of the index fingers. Lift the hips higher, lift the sit bones higher. Make the shoulders broader. And feel the flow of the breath and your body around the breath. Great. Now we're going to walk the feet in, and I want you to take little steps and try and get your feet moving. Try and press your heels towards the floor. See if you can get the legs to move more than the back taking the brunt of this stretch. So feel the stretch in your legs. Let your awareness be in the legs. Let them stretch. Good. Until you can be in Uttanasana. Now, if you need to lift your hands up onto your legs, do that, because I want your back to feel comfortable. Good. But the legs to have an intense stretch. All right. So back of the legs is lengthening. Lift the kneecaps. Lift the sit bone. But press the bones of your spine forward. Look forward. Oh, draw the shoulder blades back. Breathing deep. Good. And then we're going to bend the knees and put the hands back on the floor and take those little steps where you're really focusing on your legs and walk your feet back into downward facing dog pose. Delicious. We're going to press the heels, lift the kneecaps and the quadriceps and the sit bones and let your head just hang down. Beautiful. Forward Virasana. Lovely. And then walking your back and take a seat onto your triple folded blanket. We're going to put the legs straight out in front. going to pick up the left leg and take hold of the left foot with your right hand. And we're going to discover where the hip moves. So I feel like you're stirring a big cauldron and your foot is the wooden spoon. Let's make a big, big circle. Other direction. Macbeth, anyone? All right. So we're going to put the left heel in the arc of movement somewhere from the floor to the front of the right hip. So somewhere along your lotus posture arc. And if you get your foot into your hip, also try and keep an evenness to both sides of the ankle. Tricky to do. All right. We're going to turn to the left side. You can put your hand to your leg or your knee and help yourself to turn. The other thing that helps to turn is to find the breath and to let your body move with the breath. Just letting yourself explore. Okay, we're going to pick up the left arm and we're going to wrap it behind the back and reaching across again as though you could take hold of your left toes with your left fingertips. Where your arm is against the kidneys, draw the right kidneys forward and up into the body cavity and still feeling the breath flow. Turn yourself back to center. I'm going to keep the leg there. Try to keep that nice even skin inside and outside edge of your ankle. And we're going to turn to the other direction. Ooh, and then we're going to lift and lengthen the belly and the breastbone and start to head center front towards the little toe side of your straight leg, your right leg. Exploring your forward movement. Put your hands where they make sense to support you, under your shoulders or holding your leg or your foot. But we won't compromise the healthy spine here. So keep the bones of the spine pressing forward. So you might be still more upright, but press the bones of the spine forward to lengthen the spine. Maybe you're reaching forward. You can hold with both hands. Nice work, and we'll release that side. Taking the left leg out, Dandasana, sitting tall, shoulders. And now picking up your right foot and exploring with your big stirring the cauldron. You're holding your right foot in your left hand. And just noticing how your hips feel. Moving all the way around your movement and other directions. Good to notice here too, does your back really collapse out behind you? Try to sit up tall. Try to use your core strength to keep that stable feeling. Nice. And then we explore where will the foot go along your arc of movement towards lotus, that half lotus position. So it might be on the floor, supported. It might be on your thigh. It might be in front of your hip. You can always put extra support in. My right knee doesn't go to the floor like the left knee does, so I could put a cushion there. Try to have even length inside, outside face of the ankle. Nice. And let's turn to the right side, the direction of your bent leg. And lifting the spine, drawing the shoulder blades down. And then finding the breath. So there's no longer a rigid mental imperative to moving, but rather an exploration. Using the flow of the breath. Finding your body wisdom. Tuning into that. Nice. And you can try with the right arm to bind behind you. So reach the right arm out, rotate the shoulder forward. Reach the right arm as far as you can behind your back. You can even help with your left hand. And we're heading towards holding the toes. Where a yoga strap is very useful to make arms longer. Letting the body unfurl like a blossom opening around the breath. Letting the tension unfurl. Ah, beautiful. Releasing that side. And we're going to reach the right arm now out in front, and we're turning to the left side. Turning the ribs the other way. Beautiful. Lift center front and start to head it towards the little toe side of your left foot. Support with your hands where it makes sense. Behind your hips, under your shoulders, holding your foot. Ah. Again, exploring your body around the breath, tuning into your body wisdom. Lovely work. And then releasing, legs out in front. Dandasana. Nice long spine. Great. Bend both your legs in, and we're going to sit for a moment as though we were in a squat. So I want you to bring your heels as close as your knees let them. And see if you can wiggle your elbows forward through the front of the legs. So your elbows press against your chin. And the hands in namaste. And we're going to try and lift the lower back, lift the pelvic floor. Look at me, Mom, I've got my heels on the floor. So there's ways to explore the squatting movement, even if it's out of the question. So if your legs didn't bend in so far, you could just hold on to your knees. But really lift the spine. Nice work. Let's lay down for one quick little floor twist. Arms straight out from your shoulders. Ooh. We're going to take the feet off the floor for today. Lift the hips and swing the hips to the right. We're going to lower the legs down to the floor. If there's a reason why you need to have your feet on the floor, obviously, you do that. Once you get to the floor, just relax. Let your legs, the weight of your legs, be supported. And just noticing where there might be resistance or stretch. The intensity of that or the ease of that. Relaxing as much as you can. All right, and then we're going to use the core awareness to really switch on the core of the body. So as you lift your leg, you can feel your spine is supported by all that muscular action of the abdomen. Good. Lift the hips, swing them to the left. Knees go over to the right. But then we're going to just relax here. Oh, my favorite. So give the weight of your body to the floor. Try to keep your left shoulder blade onto the floor. And let yourself relax. Yes, there's stretch. And yes, there may be intensity. But where can you relax? Ah. To lift your leg, engage your core body, feel all of that wonderful support. Beautiful. Hug your knees into your chest and rock a little bit from side to side. Ah, feeling the flow of your breath and your body around that flow. What a feeling. We're going to roll to the right side and come up to sitting when you're ready. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste.